Welcome back, everyone, and thanks for being here with us. We are expanding our knowledge in the garden and outside. Of course, as the weather gets better, we're talking more about composting and getting your garden going. Lots of exciting new details. We're here at Maple Hill Nursery in Midland, and I'm with Justin Morgan. He's the Vice President of Morgan Composting, makers of Dairy Do. Justin, thanks for coming on, talking with us for the next few weeks, next few months. So just tell us a little bit about Morgan Composting.
Yeah, so Morgan Composting started, my family had a dairy farm, and back in the 80s and 90s, and as a lot of dairy farms, we went broke doing it, and we needed to expand in different areas, and we had a manure problem because of all the cows and cattle we used to milk. So at that point, my dad and my grandpa got together and said, there's a value here. How do we make this into something valuable for the homeowner and for the farmer? So once we started that drive with how to manage manure, then we started making different recipes, and then we launched the Dairy Do brand back in 96 even, sorry, 96.
Okay, so I was going to say this has been a few decades in the making.
Yes, yep.
All right, so of course, is family still involved, or has the company changed over those years?
Yep, so we have immediate family still involved, my grandpa, my grandma, my little brother, myself, dad, I mean, there's just been family, and then cousins and uncles and anybody else that, we can get to work for us right now. It's been a great avenue to go down, and it's been exciting. And then we get people like Chuck from Maple Hill here that is an extended family of ours, and we have a lot of great dealers like this throughout the state.
All right, where else can you find your dealers?
So we have 125 dealers throughout the state of Michigan, so you can go to our website, dairydo.com, and you can find Dairy Do dealers near you.
All right, so we're saying a lot of Dairy Do. We have to know, what is Dairy Do?
So Dairy Do is, it's a recipe that we take cow manure, sawdust, wood chips, and there's different carbon sources we use there. And it's kind of like making a cake, but a little different. So it's a recipe that goes together, and it's consistent, and then we turn that every 3 days. So it gets to 140 degrees to burn off weed seeds. It takes the odor away, pathogens, etc. And then what we do with Dairy Do is we'll package it as like the original Dairy Do, but then we'll put it in all of our different potting soils and stuff too. So when you buy like a seed starter or a flour mix or the vegetable mix, Dairy Do is already in there, ready to feed your plant.
Wow, and I know there have been a few people who home garden a lot, and it's getting that time with the weather getting nicer. So why would you say someone should choose Dairy Do over maybe some at-home composting?
Yeah, so I think our especially the last couple of years, families and parents are kind of more concerned about where their food's coming from, right? And then the other thing is, to teach kids how to garden today, I think is a very important thing for us to do. Food don't come from grocery stores, right? Like, we have to teach this and carry this on so we can be more self-efficient, and then we can do it in the ground and help the kids understand A, what work is, and B, how to grow vegetables for our own. And then we can do raised beds if that's more convenient, be weed free, and then that's another really easy way to do it. But again, get the kids out in the garden, get them to help us again, and then find out how we can start from a small seed into a tomato, right? And then we also put a lot of minerals in our soils. So what that will do is it'll give that tomato the taste like great grandpa used to have a tomato that tastes different than today, right? Because he focused on minerals. He focused on the soil and making sure that it was balanced. So as that plant grew, it was healthy, and it was giving the vitamins to the vegetable that we were growing.
Wow, I'd love to learn some more, because I definitely don't have a green thumb myself or have ever gotten my hands dirty in the garden. But, being a part of this makes me excited to want to. So, why would you care so much about, someone using the Dairy Do?
Yeah, so that is, it goes back to, being organic and being more sustainable. And these are renewable sources that we're using in the bag. So when we do that, it gives the kid a chance to dive into that so he's not playing in chemicals. And then just like you said, if you don't have a green thumb, that's okay, because we put up to 18 different ingredients into our potting soils. So all you initially have to do is plant your plant and water it, and it has enough nutrition to grow through. So the potting soils are very loaded, and they're very successful. So if you don't quite have that green thumb, you can still be a successful gardener.
It will make me feel like I actually did something right.
Right.
I can keep something alive. Oh, this has been great. Justin, what keeps you going here at Dairy Do?
Just being the family business. I mean, it's exciting. We have 45 employees now. I mean, we're growing throughout the state. We're into Indiana, Ohio. We're shipping stuff all over the U.S. right now. We have a couple dealers outside of Michigan now, and it's just super exciting to watch my family go from something that was broke and then just restart, pick yourself up, dust yourself off. As a lot of families have that same story and have that new wave, and then allow the kids like myself is able to help grow this thing into something even bigger.
Morgan Composting literally rising like a phoenix out of the ashes and into a successful business. Dairy Do. Justin, it's been great to learn. We're going to keep learning more about Dairy Do and all the awesome practices that you guys do here. And be sure to stick with us throughout the next few weeks, next few months. And if you want more information on Dairy Do, you can head over to the hot links section of our website, WNEM.com.